If you're on tamoxifen or you're gonna be put on it shortly, then you've probably heard that you're gonna gain a ton of weight and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's absolutely not true. In this video, I'm gonna set the record straight. I'm gonna show you safe, healthy, and effective ways to minimize weight gain while on tamoxifen and to lose weight if you want to. The biggest lie about tamoxifen is that you cannot lose weight while on this drug. That is 100% not true. It's absolutely possible for you to drop weight while on tamoxifen. We have proven results that consistently show women can drop weight and maintain a healthy body weight while on this drug. Breast cancer survivors like Carla, she reached her goal weight by dropping nearly 15 pounds while taking tamoxifen. And we know this is possible for all women on tamoxifen. Here, you can see that breast cancer survivors lose so much more weight when they're using a specialized approach to drop weight on tamoxifen compared to the typical approaches like Noom or Weight Watchers. But for you to be successful with dropping weight while on tamoxifen, you need to know more about this specialized approach. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. You know your body feels different after cancer. Of course it does. How could it not? Now, whether you've been on tamoxifen for months or years, or maybe you haven't even started yet, but you're probably dreading the side effects. Either way, there's a clear path for you to drop weight or maintain a healthy body weight, even while your estrogen is being suppressed on this drug. After I finished my cancer treatment, I was in tough shape. Before I was diagnosed with cancer, I was super active. Running, lifting weights, hiking, traveling. But that all changed abruptly when I started chemo. I went from working out 4 to 6 times a week to barely being able to get off my couch. It was like I was pulling a refrigerator behind me every step of the way. I was exhausted. There was just no way that I could move my body or exercise. I definitely could not go to the gym. Now, obviously, when you stop moving your body so much, you gain weight. But during chemo and cancer, there are way more things than just this that actually cause you to gain weight. I started diving into stress eating. After all, so many of us are told just eat whatever you want. Terrible advice, by the way. But I was going off the deep end. There were days where I didn't have much of an appetite, but then when it came back, I ate whatever I wanted. Whatever I felt like, whatever was gonna make me feel better. Big mistake. This actually made my cancer recovery even harder. But there were also steroids, which caused my face to balloon up and I was puffy everywhere. It's actually hard to look at photos of myself from that time of life because my face is so puffy, my hands are puffy, I'm just puffy everywhere. If you've been on steroids, then you know the feeling. Plus, those drugs make you hungry. They're known to trigger your appetite. It's really hard to control. It's not your fault. Chemotherapy itself can also put you into a perimenopausal state. This was definitely the case for me. Even though I still had my ovaries, I was struggling with perimenopause. The insult of chemo on my ovaries was pretty harsh. My ovaries were slowing down from the chemo itself. Now, there was hope that they would recover after chemo, but I was still really struggling with those menopausal symptoms. It was like overnight my body changed. I had belly fat, something I had never had before. Yeah, I was gaining weight, but my body was also foreign. I looked like my menopausal mother. No offense, Mom, I love you, but I wasn't ready for that. I was too young. This change in my hormones was drastic. It was something I never expected. After losing my hair, gaining weight, belly fat, hot flashes, I just didn't feel feminine anymore. It was awful. By the time I had finished chemo, I had put on 20 pounds. It was really uncomfortable. I had never had a problem with my weight before. So to drop the weight, I simply tried the things that worked to lose weight before I had cancer. Cut out some junk food, stopped eating dessert, did a bit more walking, but nothing worked. I knew that being at an unhealthy body weight would actually increase my risk of a cancer recurrence. So I asked my oncology team, what should I do? I don't want to feel like this. Their answer, just eat healthy and exercise. But I was already doing that. Since finishing chemo, I had cleaned up my nutrition. I was back to moving and exercising. It wasn't working. I was doing all the healthy things already. I told my oncologist I needed something else to help me lose the weight. He said, there really isn't anything else you can do. It's just the cost of being cancer-free. Well, I really like my oncologist, but I was gonna prove him wrong. That's where I dug in and got to work. Before being diagnosed with cancer, I had already finished my doctorate in cancer care. I knew how to research scientific literature. I knew where to look. So I spent hours upon hours in the library, reading anything I could get my hands on about dropping weight on tamoxifen. Here's what I found, and this is what I'm gonna share with you. Here are 3 things you need to know to lose weight or avoid weight gain while on tamoxifen. Starting with number 1, balance your macronutrient. What is a macronutrient? Well, I'm gonna show you exactly this. It's not as complicated as you think, and it's actually a critical part to dropping weight on tamoxifen. I'm sure you've heard someone say calories in, calories out. If you eat less than you burn, then you'll lose weight. This is a pretty basic principle. Weight loss should be easy then, right? Wrong. Calories in, calories out does not tell the whole story, especially for women on tamoxifen. Yes, the total amount of calories you eat is important, absolutely. But what actually matters just as much is what types of calories you're eating. The macronutrient. Let me break this down. There are only 3 macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates, and fat. For women who have been diagnosed with cancer and are on a drug like tamoxifen, we have pretty clear guidance in terms of how much protein, carbs, and fat you should be eating every single day. These levels need to be customized to your body. The levels have to be individualized to you. Just like your cancer treatment, if you want to get the best results, then we have to create a treatment plan that's specific to you, your body, your diagnosis, your tumor type. Every single cancer survivor's body is unique. That's why we need to customize your target macronutrient levels specific to you. So here is the first step forward with balancing your macronutrients. Almost all cancer survivors that work with me in the Cancer Freedom Program are not eating enough protein. This is super common. And look, it's not your fault. In North America, we eat more carbohydrates because these foods are fast and convenient. Cancer survivors are also typically eating more carbohydrates because these are the types of foods we eat when we don't feel good, when we're sick. Toast, crackers. Now, I'm absolutely not saying all carbs are bad. I do not want you to avoid carbs entirely, but typically we're overeating on carbohydrates and undereating on protein. So I want you to first focus on bringing the protein up in your nutrition. Include more foods like chicken breast, tuna, eggs, black beans, chickpeas. We want you to eat these foods more frequently and in bigger portions. I want you to aim to include protein at every single meal. Start today. That brings me to point number 2, eat more fiber. Fiber is key for cancer survivors for 2 reasons. It lowers your risk of a cancer recurrence and it helps you lose weight while on tamoxifen. In cultures that eat more fiber, they have a lower cancer rate. Plus, fiber is gonna keep you feeling fuller for longer. Of the ladies that I work with to drop weight on tamoxifen, I wanna make sure that they are never hungry. Never. You do not need to be hungry to lose weight. Actually, you should not be hungry if you want to lose weight. This can actually set you back in terms of your weight loss. It's absolutely no fun to be hungry, and it means that you won't be able to stick with it long term. And we know that you're going to be on tamoxifen for 5 years, 10 years, and for some women, indefinitely. So the approach that we use to help you drop weight is going to have to be something you're able to stick with long term. Eating more fiber is going to help with it. Foods that have more fiber include things like beans, lentils, or vegetables. This is such a simple weight loss solution while on tamoxifen, and it really works. Starting this week, I want you to include beans or legumes in your nutrition at least 5 times per week. This is gonna be things like refried beans on your tacos or chickpeas in a salad. Beans have also consistently shown to be part of nutrition that actually lowers your risk of a cancer recurrence. There's really no downside to eating more beans and legumes. This actually leads me to the 3rd thing that you need to do to drop weight while on tamoxifen. Eat plant forward. Eating plant forward is key for cancer survivors and for weight loss. As a cancer survivor, you know that your antioxidant levels are low. Your body has been under attack for a very long time. Cancer has invaded. You probably had multiple surgeries, toxic chemotherapy, radiation, or maybe a combination of all those things. These all cause oxidative stress on your body. Your antioxidant levels become depleted as your body's trying to manage this oxidative stress. Eventually, we know that cancer survivors' serum antioxidant levels are going to be low. It's so important to correct this. Here's why. Without proper antioxidant levels, we know that you're gonna be more prone to catching a common cold or a flu. But it's actually more than that. You'll also be at a greater risk of a cancer recurrence, which we obviously want to avoid. But antioxidant levels impact weight loss as well. By focusing on eating plant forward and regaining your antioxidant level, we know you're gonna keep your body in a healthier state. Being healthier is gonna allow you to put more effort into your daily physical activity or your exercise. This is actually gonna allow you to burn more calories. If you're consistently sick and tired, then we can't get as much calorie burning out of your movement. Even if you're spending a significant amount of time moving and exercising, then you might not not be getting as much out of those workouts as you could if you were in a healthier state. It's through antioxidants that we correct this. But dropping weight on tamoxifen actually includes two parts: nutrition, which we've talked about here, but also movement or exercise. We need to strategically use specific exercises to drop weight on tamoxifen. That's exactly why I've linked up this next video here on a workout designed specific for breast cancer survivors. This is the perfect next step for you. So let's dive in here. I'll see you in the next video.